going on, guys? What is going on? Let's turn that down there. What is going on? What is going on? Listen, listen, listen. Tonight on this episode 242, that's 242 Fridays of this passion project that I really like doing. And I feel like I'm speaking to billions of people, even though I'm not. So people check these and they look at these when they can, and they check them out. And you know, that's really all I want. But on this Friday, November the 8th, 2024 at 8 p.m. right now, I want to go ahead and address some things tonight. First and foremost, like I say in every beginning of almost every episode, if you are going through a spot in your life right now or a time in your life right now where you know, you feel like people, you know, don't acknowledge you in any shape, form, or fashion, and you feel alone and you feel like, you know, people are against you, maybe, just maybe, tonight you can get something out of tonight's episode, because it's kind of a segue what I'm talking about, and it's simply, I'm going to talk tonight about love. Yeah. First, I think that love is thrown around a lot. I think that people say it when they don't mean it, and they mean it when they don't say it, or when they don't, you know, say it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, so you might, and if you do, then you don't. You see what I'm saying? I think it can be one of those tossed around things. I think we all need it at the same time. I think that if you've never expressed love or reciprocated love, and you've never had it, maybe you don't know how to do those things. But when you take that affection, the love that we all need. You can't say types of love. We all have that fear of rejection, I believe. You know, you can have a love for like sports. You can have a love for, you know, a deep love for collecting stuff, or love for anything. But the kind of love I think is that affection, that feelings of love, the feeling of to be infatuated or smitten, you know, by one. Because I believe at the end of the day that we do want one, to be accepted, but we want to be loved. And love is something that can make you or break you. And I'm seeing tons, and I'm just observing things, so this is just my opinion, no, just the expressed opinions of me. I'm seeing a lot of people going down in love, you know, as if it's, you know, my issue or my problem, which is not my problem. I'm just saying that it's stuff that I observe on the internet. There is a lot of people are going down. They're not going up in love. They're not staying where they need to. I don't know why. I don't know who, what, when, where, whatever reason that they have for them not staying together where the love doesn't work out. That's what I don't know. But I am seeing that constant, you know, people needing love. And sometimes it could be as much as simply acknowledging someone, you know, enjoying their presence. But when you have that love, that true definition, the true definition of love is a combination and attraction of closeness. You see what I'm saying? I mean, you can be attracted to a person, but, you know, the person we feel attracted to or close to is the person that we're usually in love with. Such a person can actually be a friend, a parent, sibling. I mean, sometimes it's pets. People go nuts for pets. And I'm not saying you shouldn't, or you should. More so, if anything, I think that we should spread love. We got tons of songs about it. There's tons of things, you know, where's the love and all this. But to find the best definition, love is like an intense, deep affection for another person. You dig? It also means to feel this intense affection for someone. It can refer to a strong like or something, or like to like something a lot. It says you can love as many other senses. They have verbs and nouns and all this other stuff, but, or any type. But the meaning, the history, and the signs and the types they're out there, right? We have love for candy. We have love for sports. We have love for dogs. We have love for houses. But the love, once again, that I want to cover is the love from within. Somebody gives you love, right? They speak to you in a fashion, they make you feel something inside, make you feel warm. And I don't even mean like a friend. I mean like that pure love, that unconditional, kind, compassionate, generous, and nurturing, absolute love. What do you love? Okay, what do you love the most? Now, most are going to say like family, friends, kids. I mean, and that's, we should. You should say that. Do you yearn for a love? Do you have a type of love that you need? Because loving yourself and loving our world, it's hard to do right now for people. And I'm not talking politics. I'm not talking situations with each other. I'm talking, it's hard. We live in this society where we are scared. People don't want to express love. They think that it true love and, it's a bond that often involves understanding each other and core values and belief and life goals and But it's true. Some people think it's sappy. They don't like it. They don't want that. And that's fine. There's 4 different definitions, or I say different. There's 4 definitions of love. And I guess they come back. It's the empathy bond, the friend bond, romantic love, and the unconditional, the God love. And I'm reading this, I'm looking these definitions up. Where do you get, where do you fit in that definition? Is, when it comes to being in love, you have to care, that closeness, that protectiveness, that attraction, the affection, the trust. Many say it's not an emotion in the way that we typically understand them, but it's like an essential, physical. It's a drive. It's a motivation. It's a hunger, a thirst, a sleep. That's love. But what does love do to you? Does it make you do stupid things? Does it make you wise up? Has it made you do stupid stuff? Do you have a deep definition or deepest? Do you have a deep care for the beloved, for their well-being without creating like that union? Because I care for some people that they'll never know about. And I don't want it to go, the interactive and the emotional aspects. I wish they knew, but I'm not going to say things. Is that you? Do you have that? I know for me, being loved is one of those magical things. Truly loved. I mean it, guys. Listen, folks, I don't know everyone's, definition of love or whatever, but I do know that it's only like it's in one word. I guess it can affection. We want affection. We need that affection each other. It don't matter if you don't like him and he don't like her and her don't like that and this, then that. Look all that aside, the companionship, the affection that we have for one another, that we have to have. Like, it's that companionship. It's your person. Love is not just love. It's a four-letter word that is deep. We also got the opposite of that word, which is hate. H-A-T-E-L-O-V-E. I'm just saying. If you can hate, you can love, you can love, you can hate, right? Right? When it comes to, I guess, people and love, it almost seems like it's like a basic level, you know? It includes that superordinate category of emotions. You know what I'm saying? And that affection, that fondness, that liking, that attraction, compassion that we have, the arousal, the desire, the passion even, and that longing. For me, love made me feel wanted. Love made me feel like, true things that I didn't know needed to be, It's almost like it's hard to talk about, but it's not hard to talk about. It's difficult to talk about, but it's not difficult to talk about. If you've never been loved, or you can't give that, as I was saying earlier, or give that back to somebody that you've been loved, I mean, being with a partner who truly loves and accepts you, like, all the time, come on, we all want that. We like that. That's that ideal love, Someone that truly loves and accepts you for you. Not just saying it because they're saying it. Not saying it because, and maybe not everybody's that way, but a lot of people just say they love you. Do you love you? Do you? Do you feel it? Or do you feel it? If that's you, I'm not going to tell you how to live, but if you can find somebody that has that willful attitude and commitment to the growth and that well-being of another individual, you get to see them grow. They accept that. That's love. The acceptance. That's love. Being with someone, they say, oh, I'm with them, and we've been married, 80 years. That doesn't mean you love them. I'm sorry. We think, don't get me wrong, most do, but we think because you're with somebody for a while, and that's not true. See, what happens is when you get with a person, you find your person, say, this is in the sake of this conversation, you find your person. The longer you are together, and this is my opinion, I feel the easier it is to speak to each other. But the longer you are together, the harder it is to back down from each other. You dig? But, listen to this big but, the longer you're together, the more you should be able to talk to each other. But what happens is they get with a person, find more out about them, realizing they don't want to be together or whatever have you, and they part, and both parties are feeling, one's feeling ha ha ha, and the other's feeling like, whoa, what did I do wrong? Been with my wife 23 years will be, and I have had my heart broke before, prior to my wife. I know what that's like. I can still remember thinking, what did I do wrong? I remember thinking that like over and over and over, which, things didn't work out. And I'm so glad that I didn't stay with the world I was with and did what I did and was doing at the time. I'm glad that, my life got lined up the way it needed to be. And I found my wife. People can call me a sapsucker. Cool. You can make fun of me. I'm waiting for that one too. But when it comes to real true love, we always know that overriding message. We know, we hear it all the time and all the time. What is love actually? The holidays are coming up. They're always better when you spend them with the people who care about you. It don't matter if it's one person, two people, or you get together with your family. Like big family. Maybe, perhaps you get together with both sides of your families and y'all do a big, Thanksgiving. Everybody does something. Maybe that's you. Maybe you do that. Or maybe you just don't want to do things like that. But it's love. It's one of the highest forms of love. They say the highest form of love is simply that love of God for all human beings. Just to love. Don't have to know the person. Don't have to. They just love. There's nothing wrong with that either. That highest form of love, charity. When you have that intense, because the best way to define love is to simply understand that it's an intense feeling of a deep affection. But you had that because someone came along. No matter what they look like, no matter what they act like, no matter what you think, someone is being cared for from someone else. It's that endless love. Have you ever heard that rule 4? The rule 4 of love? Intellect and love are made up of different materials. You understand? Intellect ties people in knots and risk nothing. Okay? Remember that. But love dissolves all tangles and risks everything. But intellect is always caution and advises. Beware, too much ecstasy, But love says, oh, never mind. I think for most, love can be confusing. We think we know what we want. We think we know what we got. Can you love someone and not actually be in love? I remember hearing this jerk talk to, she was no better, but nonetheless, I've seen this couple talking one day, and this guy's like, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. And it didn't concern me, the argument, I was hearing this. But can you love someone and not be in love? That always got in me. I mean, you can love a platonic friend, but in their purest form, you're not in love with that individual. But this person was saying that to his wife. I love you, but I'm not in love with you. And it didn't make sense to me. Matter of fact, it doesn't now. I mean, you being in love and loving someone can be described like a romantic relationship. Platonic relationships, on the other hand, traditionally, They do not consist of feelings of being in love. I love my friends. I'm not in love with my friends. I've got people that, and I'm like, I love them. I tell them I love them every week. I tell them some people that I'd say every day to. Doesn't mean that I'm in love with them. When you truly love someone, what love actually means is acceptance. To accept them. To love someone is to accept them. I love myself. I love love. I love that act of saying, I love you, if I mean it. But see, I don't have to know some person I'm walking down the street. I don't have to know some person walking by. But I love them. I love them for existing. I love them for being them. I love them for being there. I love them for, But that goes for people. But it also goes for ourselves. We're people, yes, but for us to practice self-love, let me tell you something that you must practice first, and that's self-acceptance. Stop saying that you're not good enough. Stop saying, whatever it is, if it's something that, no, but this really is true, Big Beard, I fell here, I suck here, I can't, then work on it. And if it's something you physically, really, really, really can't do or can't, you still don't have to be so hard on your damn self. Self-acceptance is, I'm going to talk about that. But you got to remember, if you don't know, how do you tell if you love somebody? How do you tell if you love someone? Like, for real. I give you a few signs. You can't stop thinking about the person. You know them better than anyone else. You often think about a future with a person. That one gets me because I know that people want that, but if you're with somebody and they want a future with someone else, but listen, another one is prioritizing. Okay? Prioritizing spending time with them. Dinner dates, lunch dates, meeting at the park, walk at the park, books, movies, whatever it is, make it. And then and another important one is you feel safe. You're more affectionate. That one, I see that if someone walks up, if you're with, say, your spouse, and someone walks up and your spouse gets, over happy or over affectionate or ha 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 and more talkative than they are, I always feel like your spouse, maybe he likes, or she likes that person, or I just, but it's true. You're more affectionate. But more than anything, you actually feel like you're on top of the world. That's one of those things we all like feeling. These things are real. These things make us feel, defined, like having a deep bond based on our commitment and our respect, the trust, and the acceptance, I guess you say, because to accept someone is love, but love means being dedicated. Dedicated, not only that, it's dedicated to someone else's well-being. You dig? Holding their desires and dreams and, in the highest, high esteem, accepting more them for who they are without judgment, trusting them to do the same for you. I think love is love, right? Love is love, man. We hear that a lot, right? No. When you hold somebody close to you, There is a word that comes to my mind. And it's kind of deeper than love, but it's a word I like using a lot. It's called devotion. So, in other words, you want that person, but you also have to come or welcome what you need to come along with devotion, with love, and that's trust. You dig? I told some family member recently that you have to have trust in order to have love. You got to have trust first, in my opinion, before love is even there when you start out, especially. And let me tell you why I believe this. I have to trust you enough to love you. I love you enough to trust you. I trust you with my feelings. I trust you. I trust you. Devotion. You're devoted to that person. You're that true meaning of true love. It's that unique, it's that passionate bond that connects. It connects you as a couple. Connects you the best way that it can. Love, true love now. True love is authentic. It's genuine. I say I love love. I love true love. I love the fact you can look at somebody, they can tell you what they're thinking. You can look at somebody and tell you what they feel. You know the next move. You open a door. You just, you go, little things, little things. You go to the fridge, you come back and you bring up the person a drink they didn't even ask for. You give them something they didn't ask for. You say, here. You ask things. But love can also be in the form of saying things like, you hungry? Do you need anything? Are you good? Yeah, whatever. It can be short questions. That's what we do. Love. To love is can be hard. And I always say with someone like me, I don't understand why people are so mean. Why people hate. I'm one to talk. But I like it. I like to talk, but I'm just saying I've got a lot of things that I got to work on. That's why I share these things. I'm working on. It's like, love. Try to talk about things we all have in common. I don't know. Listen, I hope you guys have a great Friday and what's left of it. It is only the 8th of November, but before you know it, the end of the year will be here, so be safe and take care of each other and take care of yourself. But more importantly, what are those 3 words I say? What are those 3 words I say to take us out? Love, peace, chicken grease. Later, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.